Have you ever wondered just how challenging it can be to truly understand another person? At first glance, understanding someone else seems like a straightforward task. We speak with them, observe their behaviors, and make judgments about their character. But if we dive deeper, we quickly realize that understanding another person isn't as easy as it appears. In fact, it can be one of the most challenging tasks in life. People are complex. We each carry our own histories, beliefs, insecurities, and desires, all of which shape the way we present ourselves to the world. Often, our true selves are hidden behind layers of social conditioning, personal fears, and past experiences. We may not even be fully aware of our own complexities, let alone the complexities of others. So how do we navigate these intricacies? The Stoics, ancient philosophers who taught us to live virtuously and focus on what we can control, offer us a timeless method of seeing beyond the surface. They teach us that in order to truly understand others, we must look at more than their words, more than their outward appearances. We must look at their actions, because actions reveal who a person truly is. The limitation of words. Why actions matter more than promises. In today's world, words are abundant. They come in speeches, advertisements, social media posts, and even casual conversations. We've all encountered individuals who can speak with great eloquence. They know the right things to say, how to flatter, how to promise the world. But words can be deceiving. How often have you heard promises made? Promises to improve, promises of loyalty, promises of care that were never kept. The true character of a person is exposed when the words are stripped away, leaving only their actions. As the Stoics teach us, words are easy. Anyone can say the right thing in the right moment, but actions, real actions, are what truly reveal a person's character. Actions require consistency, integrity, and self-control, traits that are difficult to fake. Let's take a simple example. Imagine a friend who often talks about their generosity, how they would do anything for you, how much they care about you. But when you find yourself in need, when you're going through a difficult time, this friend isn't there. They're absent, too busy, or simply too distant. Their words didn't match their actions. On the other hand, consider another person in your life, perhaps a colleague or a loved one, who doesn't boast about their kindness, but simply acts in small, quiet ways, offering help without asking, supporting others in their time of need, showing up when you least expect it. Their actions, though less loudly proclaimed, speak volumes. This is what Stoicism teaches us. True character is revealed in the moments when no one is watching, when there's no applause, no recognition. Stoic principles in action, understanding the true nature of others. Stoic philosophy is built on the idea that virtue is the highest good, and that virtue manifests in our actions, not our words. The Stoics emphasize that to live in accordance with nature, to be truly authentic, requires us to align our thoughts, words, and actions. To see the true character of others, we must first develop a deeper understanding of Stoic principles. These principles not only guide us in our personal growth, but also provide us with a lens through which we can evaluate the actions of others. 1. Virtue, the key to understanding character. The Stoics believed that virtue, living a life based on wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, is the key to understanding true character. When we look at someone's actions, we should ask ourselves, do they act in accordance with these virtues? Do they display wisdom in their decisions? Do they practice courage when faced with challenges? Are they just in their dealings with others? Do they show temperance in their desires and impulses? Consider the story of Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher who was once a slave. Despite his circumstances, Epictetus held steadfast to his principles. Even though he had little material wealth or power, he maintained his integrity, showing that virtue transcends external conditions. His actions in the face of adversity demonstrated a character rooted in Stoic wisdom. When evaluating others, it's not always about looking for grand gestures. Virtue can be found in the smallest of actions, being honest when it's difficult, speaking up for justice even when it's unpopular, or offering help without expecting anything in return. It's the consistency of these actions that reveals true virtue. 2. Integrity, consistency. Across contexts, integrity is a foundational element of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic emperors, urged us to be the same person in private as we are in public. True character is reflected in how a person behaves when no one is watching. Let's consider two people in similar situations. One may speak about the importance of honesty, but when faced with an opportunity to lie for personal gain, they take the easier path. The other person, even when no one is around to hold them accountable, chooses honesty, no matter the consequences. The latter person demonstrates integrity, and their actions align with their words. Stoicism encourages us to ask, do others act consistently with their values across different situations? Do they maintain the same principles in private that they showcase in public? Consistency is the true test of a person's integrity. 3. Empathy and sympathia, the interconnectedness of all another. Crucial Stoic principle is sympathia, which teaches us that all things are interconnected. Our actions do not just affect us, they ripple out and influence others. The Stoics believed that we must consider how our actions impact the community and the greater good. When we look at someone's actions, we should ask, do they act with empathy and consideration for others? For example, a colleague who stays late at work to help a struggling team member, or a friend who listens attentively when you're going through a tough time, demonstrates empathy and an understanding of the interconnectedness of all. These individuals see their actions as part of a larger whole, contributing positively to the well-being of those around them. On the other hand, those who act selfishly, with disregard for the impact on others, reveal a character that is disconnected from the world around them. Stoicism teaches us that the virtuous person is always aware of their actions' broader implications. Facing feedback, a Stoic approach to criticism. Receiving feedback, whether positive or negative, can be a challenge. Many people feel defensive when their actions are critiqued. The Stoics, however, viewed criticism as an opportunity for growth, not as an attack on their character. Seneca, a Roman Stoic philosopher, emphasized that feedback, even when harsh, is an opportunity to refine our character. Rather than reacting emotionally, Stoicism encourages us to view feedback as an objective reflection of our actions and attitudes. This approach allows us to grow rather than shrink from criticism. Consider a colleague who receives feedback and immediately begins to argue, deflecting blame and defending their actions. Now think of someone who listens to the feedback, asks questions for clarity, and then reflects on how they can improve. The second person embodies the Stoic approach of self-control and reflection. They understand that criticism is not a judgment of their worth, but a tool for their development. Integrating Stoic philosophy into everyday life. By embracing Stoic philosophy, we can become more adept at understanding others' true character, and perhaps more importantly, developing our own character. The Stoic approach encourages us to constantly ask, are my actions aligned with my principles? Are we being authentic in our interactions, displaying integrity, and acting with empathy toward others? The Stoics also remind us that we are not perfect, and that mistakes are part of the process. However, by being mindful of our actions and reflecting on them regularly, we can continue to improve. Over time, we become not just better at understanding others, but better at being true to ourselves. Conclusion: the path to understanding others. Understanding the true character of others can be difficult, but it's not impossible. By applying Stoic principles, we learn to look beyond the surface and observe actions which are the truest reflection of a person's values and integrity. Remember, words are fleeting, but actions are lasting. As you move through life, pay attention to how people behave, not just what they say. When you practice this approach, you not only develop a deeper understanding of those around you, but you also cultivate